Hey TechKnowSurge! I always get excited about new learning opportunities and jumping into new learning experiences. And I hope you're excited about the next steps in your journey as well as you work towards certification. Now, I've helped hundreds, perhaps even thousands at this point, study and attain certifications. And I've seen what works and what doesn't work. So I just wanted to go over a few things that I found that make people successful as they're studying towards certification. Let's cover that in this video. Now, I did want to make you aware of a certification success model that I use to successfully pass certification tests the first time. Now, I personally have used this and it has worked great with all of the certifications that I've attained, as well as helped others attain certifications as well. And once again, at this point, I've trained hundreds, if not thousands of people to get their certification. And so I wanted to go over this two-phase model that you can use to be successful in achieving your certification. The model is really quite simple, and there is only two phases to it. The first phase is to study the information for concepts, get the overall big picture of how things look. So you're going to study those concepts and don't get too bogged down into actually studying for the certification test. And then once you fully understand the concepts, then transition to studying these for the actual test. And that looks much different. Rather than going through the curriculum, then you're going to really focus on some sort of test bank that's really going to hone where your weak points are so you can specifically study for those weak points. I'm going to use building a house as an example. If I were building a house, I wouldn't start by pouring the foundation for a single wall, setting up a frame after that, doing all the framing, putting in the electrical and plumbing, and then putting up the drywall, and then move on to the next wall and pour the foundation for the next wall. No, I'd pour all of the foundation first. I'd get the foundation down. After you get the foundation down, then you're going to do the framing and put the framing up. Then you'll start installing things like insulation and the wiring, the electrical wiring and the plumbing, and then you put the drywall up. There's a specific order of operations for the most efficient way of setting this house up. Similar with studying for certification, we want to create that foundational knowledge. When we have that foundational knowledge, then we start building the framing on top of that. Once we do that, we move into the fine details and all of the finish work. And so we don't want to start the finish work until we have all of the concepts down. Understand the concepts and then move on to studying for the actual exam. It's actually one of the reasons why I structure my training the way I do. I have a foundational course to learn about networking, and then once you understand the really foundational knowledge around networking, then we can start getting more in depth into, okay, how do we actually work with the equipment? Okay, once we understand how to work with the equipment, let's move on to actually managing our LANs. Once we got that down, then we can start managing our WANs. And so there's a purpose for the order in which I've created these courses. The number one tip I have for you though is just be determined. Continue to study and continue to work towards getting your certification. That's going to be the biggest thing that's going to make you successful. And I'm excited to be a part of your journey as you work towards your certification success.